Welcome everybody to another episode of Spill and Heal with Auntie Ree. How is everybody doing this evening? I'm so glad we are at week number 2, y'all. We have another amazing woman. If y'all was with us last week, we had a great show. And man, y'all, this is just amazing. I love community. I love celebrating other people. And so March is Women's History Month. And as you know, this month on Spill and Heal with Team Love, we are celebrating an amazing woman every week. That's right, amazing women right in our communities. It may be your family member, a friend, a co-worker. But yes, who's to say we can't celebrate one another, right? We can have our own red carpets. And that's what Auntie Rhea is doing. I have created my own red carpet. It's virtual right now. And so I'm just putting it in the universe because this is our first annual Women of Strength, of Resilience and Radiance. And so who knows? Next year, we might be actually in a building with that red carpet rolled out. And so, yeah, so before we get started, I just wanted to just give a little brief explanation of Women's History Month and the origination of it. And so Women's History Month began as a single week of recognition in 1980 when President Jimmy Carter proclaimed that women's contributions to this nation deserve national honor. What started as a local celebration in California grew into a movement. And in 1987, March became officially recognized as Women's History Month. But this month is more than dates and proclamations. It's about the mothers who survived, the daughters who broke cycles, the sisters who stood tall in rooms where they were never invited, the women who carried pain and still carry purpose. And so today we are going to have another amazing woman. I want you all to interact in the chat and say hi. Let us know where you're coming in from. And yeah, it's just a celebration. So we're not doing anything deep. It's still a safe space. And we're just going to have a celebration. We're going to invite our guest in soon. And we're just going to hear from her. And so before we get started, I just want to give you a brief bio. Her name is Jamillah London. She is an author and a community activist. Jamillah London is an author, community health worker, and the founder of From Hurt to Healing, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping individuals and families navigate grief, trauma, and personal transformation. After experiencing profound loss, including the tragic death of her mother due to domestic violence and the loss of her son to gun violence, Jamillah turned her pain into purpose. Today, she serves as a voice of healing, resilience, and advocacy in her community. She is the author of several impactful books, and I will let her share those with you when she comes on. But her mission is simple but powerful to help others understand that even through grief, healing is possible. And so let's welcome Miss Jamillah London to the stage.
Hello.
Hey, welcome, Miss Jamillah. How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Okay, great. I am so glad to have you here. I was just giving your bio to everyone and just explaining about Women's History Month and what it's all about. And just that Team Love is a community. It's where we can grow and glow together and just a safe space, where we can just have conversations. Some of them may be deep. We do have a safe space. And so, yeah, I'm so glad to have you this evening. So, is there anything else besides what I said in your bio that you'd like to share with us? Maybe your books?
Yes, well, so I'm an author. I have 4 books so far. I'm working on my 5th book. The first one is Agony, Where's Your Sting? You can find it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and more. If you just Google Agony, Where's Your Sting? My second book is a journal book. It's called From Hurt to Healing, which is, my nonprofit. I do Hurt to Healing. This third book is The Adventures of C Amp, the letter C Amp. I can explain later what the C, A, and F stands for. This is in honor of my son. I don't believe this book has been uploaded yet. It's in the process. And then I have another journal book. This is the newest journal book I have. It's called Healing and Empowerment, where grief meets growth. So,
okay, nice. And at the end, I'll let you give your credentials, and then that way, anyone that's not following you can follow you, and you can let us know where we can order your books. And so today, I just wanted to recognize you as a woman of strength. I was very intentional about the women I reached out to do this show. I didn't know what answers I would get. I didn't really have a format. It was something God just gave me in my spirit. And so once He gave it to me, I wanted to be obedient. And I prayed, and the names started coming. And I was like, yup. I was like, I'm asking Jamillah. I said, she's going to be one because you truly inspire me. Just your strength, your resilience, all that you've been through. I know that you're still fighting for justice for your son. And, you have your daughters, your grandma. How many grandbabies you have now?
5, all girls. I'm a glam mom.
Oh my, 5 girls. See, I done lost count.
Yes. 5.
You have the set of twins, right?
Set of twins, yep.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And so what's the ages? What's the youngest to the oldest?
So the youngest is 2, she'll be 3.
Okay.
The twins, they just turned 4. And then let's see, India, that's it. I think she's 7. She's 7, and then my oldest she's 12.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, you are a glam mom. So you got all girls.
All girls.
All girls. Oh man. Do they have some boy cousins that can protect them? Like around their age?
Not their age.
Oh my goodness.
I wish.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, like I was saying, we're just having a conversation. I just wanted to celebrate you. And so just have a few questions for you. So let me ask you, what is one of the things that you do for self-love, self-care?
Well, for me, self-love means like giving myself permission to like heal and grow like in my own pace, at my own pace, you know what I mean? I practice self-care by like through prayer, reflecting, like writing, spending time doing things that bring me peace, you know what I mean? And I have learned that like taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's not selfish. I think it's necessary, and especially like when you carry the weight like of grief and life challenges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you. I have my own little routines I do too. I try to date myself. I celebrate my birthday by myself first. Normally before I celebrate it for family, but that self-care, that self-love is very important.
Yes.
And included in that too, we just have to make sure we have boundaries. Too, because sometimes we can give too much of ourselves, and we want to make sure that we have that balance. As we're pouring into people, we want to be connected to people that can refill us and pour back into us as well. And so I know that's hard sometimes. It's a process, but we have to try to do it Let me ask you, who is someone that inspired you along the way?
Um,
Still inspires you
well,
to this day.
my inspiration really comes from the people that I love and lost, you know what I mean? Especially like my mother and my son. Their lives like continue like to motivate me to like keep going and make sure their legacy lives on through the work I do, you know what I mean? And then not only that, but they remind me like every day that even through pain, there still can be purpose, you know?
Yeah. But are you connected to any groups like with other mothers, or any organizations that you do work with?
Well, in the past, I was connected to Mothers in Charge. It's out of Philadelphia. When I started Mothers in Charge, when they actually like brung it here to Harrisburg, I kind of connected and passed the torch to a girlfriend of mine, and she ended up passing away. So like right now, I'm like working on trying to build another Mothers in Charge, but not another Mothers in Charge, but at least a chapter here where mothers can connect, because you know a lot of people can't relate to um because they haven't been through it, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of mothers that still cry out for help. I still take some calls, you know what I mean? So I still have that listening ear, but I'm trying to develop a group of women that actually need to hear, you know, somebody that can relate to them.
Yeah. So that organization, is it like a nationwide organization, or is it something that was just local to your community?
It's a nationwide organization, but I was like under that umbrella. So I'm like right now I'm just trying to like I branched off. So now that's why I know it's needed here in our city, because a lot of women are still like, hey, it's a need. It's a need. It's a need.
hmm Yeah, it definitely is. And a lot of times when we think about grief and trauma, it comes in all different shapes and forms. And sometimes we just think of it as just grief of like losing someone to death.
Right.
But grief it could be a number of things, right? It could be us going through a personal transition. It could be through losing a relationship. And so it's something that we definitely need. And that's something that I would love to collaborate with you on. If you get it going back up again, that's
Yes.
why community is so important. We can grow together, learn together, support each other. I always tell people, some of the things that God had took me through and brought me out on the other side wasn't just for me.
That's
Most of
right.
most of the things that we go through is for somebody else that's coming behind us that's going
That's
to go
right.
through that. Especially when we are a servant like yourself, a faithful servant, and just you're selfless. You do it not for recognition. You do it because you have the heart to do it. You have a heart for people. And that's one of the things that I admire about you, that inspires me,
Oh,
is, whatever you've been through, you still find the time to think of others and reach out to others. And
yes.
so, yeah, make sure that you're celebrating yourself too.
That's right.
We can't always wait for someone else to give us flowers. Sometimes we got to
That's
give them
right.
to ourselves. I love flowers, and I will just go buy me some flowers, some fresh flowers, just to have them up in the house. And so, yeah, we have to. It's good to be celebrated, but we also want to be mindful to celebrate ourselves as well. And it's not, a lot of times people look at it as arrogance, but no, we need to celebrate ourselves, pat ourselves on the back sometimes. There you
Yes.
go. Yeah, and I'm giving you a hug
Yes.
too. So let me ask you, um, what advice or encouragement to any women that are watching right now, um, or just words of encouragement that you could give to someone that's watching now?
Well, first I would say like there is no limit on grief. You know what I mean? Because some people think like, or I'll just say from my own experience, A lot of people ask like, wow, like, they don't know what to say sometimes. And they'll say like, okay, that's been how many years and you're still, going through that. There's no limit. There's no limit. So I would just encourage them to basically, don't silence their pain. You know what I mean? They can put it in, I'll say I put mines in books. I did therapeutical things that helped me through my grief, like maybe walk, work out, be around some people that are positive that can relate. And not only that, the very thing that I tried to break was because you can always help somebody else with your testimony, your story. So I would say just keep believing in yourself, keep pushing forward, and understanding that healing it is a journey, but it's possible that you can heal.
Yes, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people want to say something but don't know what to say.
Right.
And sometimes we speak faster than we think, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's so uncomfortable. You're like, okay, like, who are they to tell me, because like I said, it looks different for everybody. Grief,
Right.
healing, that it looks different for everyone. I tell my friends, if I have a friend or someone that I'm coaching and they're going through something, and they'll say exactly what you said, they'll feel guilty because someone will actually say to them, like, oh, you need to get over it, and I'm like, really? Like, they really said that to you? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, some people are selfish, and they don't think past their own feelings. But I always, when I'm coaching or I'm speaking with someone, I always tell them, use your own time. What it
That's
looks like
right.
for you is not going to look like that for the next person, and so
Right.
every relationship is different. And so, yeah, you take your time, you do how it works for you. And like you said, the therapy, it's good. I love that we are now having open conversations about therapy. And I'm such an advocate for it, because it's so needed in our communities. And so I think when COVID hit, I think that's when it started opening up the conversations. And I always thank the like the celebrities, because I know there was a lot of them that were doing, because we were stuck in the house. And so they started doing lives and started talking about it. I know one show that I was watching during COVID was Taraji.
Okay.
She had a show that she was doing, and the thing was so amazing. It was so good. And she had different people on about different topics.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone else did it, and then someone else. And I think that's when younger people and just people in our communities really started embracing it. And so a lot of stuff comes from the celebrities, a lot of good stuff,
Right.
come from them, because we have a lot of young people that actually look up to them, and they are their role models. A lot of our young people, they don't have role models maybe right in their family or their community. And so that's one of my goals too for this community, is for us to have role models, mentors in our community. Like, the young people are our future. They may drive us crazy,
Right.
but
Right.
a lot of times it's because they don't have that guidance. They don't have someone right there that they can
Mm.
call or text. And not to get off a subject, because we're having a celebration, but I was just seeing in the news and on my timeline earlier today, it was a young girl in the sort of in the metro area. It's part of the metro area, but middle school, she had got into a fight and she got injured during the fight, and she passed away from her injuries.
Ooh.
And it's like all over social media right now. I had to get off. Because I think that's another thing that's so insensitive is when something happens and your family has to find out about that online.
Right.
Um, or you gotta grieve while everybody's trying to get likes and get paid off of your story. It's just such a sad story. I don't even think they had the funeral for the young girl yet.
Oh.
Um, it just happened last week, but she's the only child, and it
Oh.
was just breaking my heart. But
Mm.
yeah, we have to do more. We have to get back to a village where we're looking out for each other. We're looking out for each other's children. And yeah, but we'll get there. You
Yeah.
know,
That's right.
people like you and I, we can't give up
That's right.
and just lead by example. You know, I always say I allow my walk to do more than my talk.
That's
Because
right.
a lot of times people are watching you and we don't even know they're watching us. And so I just always try to just lead by example, you know, let my walk do the talk. And so, yeah, you're doing great work. And like I said earlier, we're going to collaborate and do some things together.
Oh
We're going
yeah.
to,
I'm excited.
mhm, yeah, we're going to do some things together. So let me ask you another question. What, if you look back where you are now and looking back, what is some advice or what is something that you would say to the younger you?
Hmm. So to the younger me, I would basically tell the younger version of me to trust the process and trust, trust my strength. Um, and there will be moments that you feel overwhelming, but you're stronger than you realize. And I would also remind her, the younger me, that one day uh, my story will help other people heal. Because we all got to go through something in life, right? We all been through something in life, right? We all
Mhm.
lost a loved one, friend,
Yeah.
family member. So I mean, the best thing to do is to just, first of all, let me say, I didn't even honor God because He is the one that's giving me all the strength that I need to proceed in this journey of life. So I want to say, that's it. Just, you know, my story is going to always help other people heal. Your story, if somebody has a similar story or they lost somebody, don't hold your testimony because it can help somebody.
Hmm. Yep. I always say our test that we go through is our testimony,
That's right.
you know, and we give them to give God glory because, like you said, we can't do this in our own strength. Sometimes we'll try, but all you're going to do is keep going round, round, round.
Right.
Right? I talk to
Right.
myself, and I'm just like, you know what you were supposed to do. You know what you
Right.
heard God say. Aren't you
Right.
tired of repeating the cycle? Because
Right.
we're not perfect, you know.
Right.
And I have this little inside joke that I say with Amber and Sean, and I'm like, I gotta hit my reset button again. And girl, I'll be like, reset, reset. And
Right.
sometimes I'll get at the point and I'll be like, you know what, Amber? I said, my reset button just broke. I said, I done hit this thing so much.
Right. Right. I know all about it. I'm
She
telling
said, you
you.
need a new reset button. Yes, I need a new
Yeah.
reset button. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably on reset button number 29. I'll be breaking them things. I try. But that's the good thing, is we gotta understand that we not trying to be perfect.
That's
And a
right.
lot of times I think that's what people focus on. And I was guilty of it before. But as you get older, you get wiser.
There you
And
go.
just do your best. Do your best. Get up every day with the intention that okay, my today is gonna be better than my yesterday.
That's
And
right.
that's all we could do, live in the moment. And like you said, just trust God and, you know, spread positivity, spread love, spread kindness. We make life harder than it really has to be sometimes. It don't have to be this
Yeah,
hard. It's us getting in our own way and getting in God's way when He
that's right.
trying to do everything for us, and we trying to figure it out on our own or rush Him, and we can't rush Him.
Right. The question is that the question is he preordained it, right? For
Mm-hmm.
us to go through, right? So he picked
Right.
the strongest people to survive you, right?
Hmm.
Because
Amen.
my question was, of course, I mean, for me, it was the why. They say, oh, you're not supposed to question God, but I question God because um I'm human. You know what I mean? Why did I have to
Mhm.
go through this? But at the end, I start learning to accept it because it's like you said earlier, it's our testimony always helps somebody else. So, some people look at me and say, oh, you're so strong. And I'm like, it's not me, it's God keeping me.
That's
So,
right.
yeah, I just
I,
wanted to put
I
that.
pig. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was it.
No, I was going to say I'll piggyback off of what you said because I definitely question God. I definitely talk to Him. That's that one-on-one relationship.
Right.
And sometimes people are like, "You say what?" I'm like, but you got to know who you're talking to when you say that too. If someone doesn't have that relationship or they're not a true follower, they just know of Him but don't know Him personally. You
Mm,
can't have that conversation with everybody because
yeah.
everybody is be sending you straight. Hey, look, we keeping it transparent, right? Auntie keeps it real. People will be sending us to hell.
Mm,
What they say was gasoline
that's
draw.
right.
Because
Right.
I do. I be having sidebars. I'll be like, okay, wait a minute, God. Like, you want me to do what? And I
Right.
talk to him like he's right there in the room. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get back to you,
Right.
or like, can you just give me another sign, like, and just let me know for sure this is what you want me to do.
Right. Right.
But yeah, but everybody can't relate like that.
And that
you
comes
know,
with obedience. So
it
sometimes
comes with obedience. Yes,
we're not
yeah.
obedient, we want to go this way, go that way, and it never works.
Hmm.
It never works. So you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, we got some people chiming in with us. We had Aviana, we had
Hey,
Sarah
son.
and Sarah and Mom
Hi, Cokie.
and Mom.
Hi,
Hey, Coach
okay.
said, Coach said she needs a new reset button. Um,
Oh, girl,
and
keep pressing.
so, girl,
You get
yeah,
it.
I wanted to tell her. I was like, go ahead, Sarah. I'm still working on trying to say Sarah, but
Sarah. Yeah.
it's hard after so long. But yeah, Sarah, go ahead and get you a reset button. Shoot, I get a new reset button every time I turn around. I'm getting one.
What? I'm past your numbers, Ree.
You just 29. Yes, I did not.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, y'all. Had a commercial break.
Right.
Um, that was grand stuff. What was I gonna say? Oh, so are there any projects or anything special that you're working on right now? You got any books in the lab or anything you're working on?
So I don't want to give up the title yet, but I am working on another book. And this book I'm working on is it's a more empowering book. These are empowering as well, but this one like dives a little deeper into what us women go through on every level. So it's not just grief because we're done. We can put away the grief right now. So other levels as far as like our daily walk, maybe with relationships, maybe with um just the things that we go through as not just relationship mothers, you know what I mean? daily life situations,
Okay,
coping. You know what I mean? Just yeah,
that sounds good. I can't wait. You have to let us know.
yes,
Um, or put it on pre-sale when you're like almost done, and we can try to get you some pre-orders. And
yes.
yeah, so one of the projects that I'm working on, I haven't really put it out there yet, and so this is just for my little community right here. But I'm trying to work on putting together like a book tour.
Okay,
Yeah, and so maybe that's even something that we can collaborate on together.
okay.
Um, I'm also going to be for next month. See, y'all getting all the juice early. So for those of y'all that chimed in, y'all getting a heads up on some stuff. Next month, we're going to do a finance challenge. I've been
Okay.
talking about so on Fridays is Finance Friday, and I've been talking about a budget and creating a budget, just so we can better track our funds and be better stewards over our money. Um, I always have this prayer that I tell God, look, here I go again telling him. I'm like, okay, God, I'm gonna be faithful over this little so you can provide more.
Well, he said, "Ask and you shall receive."
Right. Huh? You have not because you ask not. And I'm
That's it.
always asking. But yeah, I'm a create. I've been working on a finance. It's gonna be fun. So it's sort of like if you see on social media, sometimes people will have like a exercise challenge,
Okay,
um, a 30-day exercise challenge. So we're gonna do a 30-day budget challenge.
I
And
like that.
yeah, it'll be good. And it's just for accountability. And anytime I do a challenge, I always say, there's no competition, there's no perfection. If you fall off, just don't quit. Come back. Even if you fall off for like a couple days and then you got to tell yourself to come back, that's okay. Just come back and start where you are and just do your own personal best. And so, yeah, that's just a couple of things that I've been working on.
I
But
like.
yeah, yeah. So, anything
Proud of
else?
you. I'm proud
Thank
of
you.
you. You know,
Thank
first of all, I'm already honored to be here, but I'm proud of you because
you.
last year, me and you were talking about getting all this stuff together. How we couldn't talk. Trying to figure things out. So I'm actually like excited and proud of you. I really am.
Oh, thank you, girl. Look, we was always brainstorming, and I think it was
Right.
me. Look, you know the story, right?
Yeah.
I'm the oldest of four siblings. You
Right.
know, you family. I'm the oldest out of 38 grandkids. You know most of them.
Right.
And so I always tell my friends, my close loved ones, like my God family, look, y'all got to give me some grace because I know I could be bossy at times. I'm just saying that to say when was doing our little powwows and our little brainstorming and stuff, and I'll be like, Mela, we gonna do this, we gonna do this.
Right. Right. Right.
And I'll be
Right.
like, Mela, we got the same story.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And we still be talking and doing stuff. But when we get on this platform and be together, look, we gonna be together. We gonna be supporting each other. You call me, be like, look, sis, I got this going on. Can you come? I'll be like, yup, and the same thing.
That's
You
right.
know, yeah, we gotta do some stuff together. And so I really plan before this year is over. I really plan to do some traveling and
Okay.
just connecting more in person. I'm doing some events.
Mhm.
And so if you want, you can start looking for like maybe some little spots
Okay.
that maybe where we can rent and like have like an event. So my main small events that I do are paint and sips. And
Okay.
then I did a virtual one in January. January, I did a virtual one. It was really fun. And
Nice.
then vision board workshops. are the two that I mostly do. But something that I'm looking to add is just doing kind of like town halls,
Okay.
where we can have a panel and just talk about different topics. And so, yeah, so maybe that's something that we can work on maybe for second quarter,
Okay.
and do something small. April, May, June. Well, maybe like the end of June. I think that would give us enough time. Maybe like the end, near the end of June,
Okay.
because there's no holiday, around that time. And
School,
huh?
I said school be out. You know what I mean?
School be out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have
Yeah.
to talk offline about that, and,
Okay.
and really come up with something that we can do in the community.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds good. So as we get ready to close up, is there anything else you'd like to say? Or if not, if you want to go ahead and let us know where you have your books, where we can purchase them, and then your social media handles, and if you have a website.
Okay. So agony, where's your sting, right? If you go on Amazon, you can probably just type my first and last name in. It'll pop up. Both books will pop up. So it should be the first one, which is Agony, Where's Your Sting, and then the second one, From Hurt to Healing. These two will pop up.
Okay.
And then you can probably go to Walmart, type my first and last name in, or just the title. Same two titles, they'll pop up. The children's book is in the process of being uploaded, and then so is the new journal book. This is being processed of being uploaded.
Okay. Okay.
And you can follow me on Facebook under author Jamillah London, as well as the same as under Instagram, author Jamillah London.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. And before we go, I just wanted to present you with my certificate of appreciation. I think my light probably can't see it, but it says I'm gonna send it to you in an email. So it says, honoring a woman of strength, resilience, and radiance, presented to Jamillah London with appreciation and gratitude for your strength, resilience, and radiant spirit. Auntie Ree, Spill and Hill Resilient and Radiant Women's History Month, presented on March the 11th, 2026 by Auntie Ree.
Thank you, Auntie Ree.
Thank you for entertaining me, and I want to thank those that came on and hung out with us to celebrate Jamillah. I thank you as well, and we will be back with the same celebration next Wednesday. And yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jamillah. Have a blessed night. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm so proud of you. I know your girls are proud of you. And yeah, so I just want to thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I love you, sis.
Love you more. Everybody have a blessed night. Bye. Love y'all.